Hello and welcome to the first episode of An Unfiltered Thought. This video series will follow singular thoughts I have whilst living this life of mine, and it will be uncut, unedited, and probably very boring. So if this isn't something that interests you, this is going to be more for me than it is going to be for you guys. I just thought it would be cool to create little clips of where my head's at. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, let's begin. So, I was taking a bath this morning when I came up with this little retrospective analysis on who I am, and it began, as many thoughts do, with just a slight little snippet of thought, which was why am I doing what I'm doing, and how did I end up where I am? So this thought today is just going to follow me, explain to you, follow me. what am I saying? It's going to follow me. You can follow me. You can follow me on this journey of me looking back on the decisions I've made on. I told you guys this is going to be uncut, unedited. You're going to have to deal with a lot of cringeworthy content. Okay. But as I was saying, it's going to start back when my mom met my dad, and no, not sexy time with Nicholas. So my mom actually met my dad when I was 4 years old, and when I was introduced to this man, he introduced me to gaming, and I started by playing very silly little games like MX versus ATV and games like Tarzan and arcade emulators, and I fell in love. It was the first real hobby I can think I've ever had, which is a funny thought. Like, what was your first, like, eating? I don't know, like, I like eating. That's a hobby to me, I guess. But anyway, so it started there, and my interest in gaming slowly developed into an interest in technology. And an interest in technology led me to an interest in computers and cell phones and smartphones and cameras. And I just enjoyed learning about these things. I never really got like a master's degree or anything, but I know technology to some degree, I guess, if that's a degree. I don't got a bachelor's. But anyways, moving on. So my interest in technology led me astray into the world of photography, and I thought it was cool that such a simple little hobby or interest can like develop into a profession. So I gave it a shot, and I fell in love, and I ended up what's the word? I ended up referring to myself as a photographer, which was kind of cool. It was cool being able to call yourself something, like I created these and stuff. But I was making photos. Oh, I was taking photos and then editing them on my cell phone. I was using an iPhone at the time, because Apple makes you creative. Just subliminal messaging they implant in us humans that are unaware. But yeah, so I took photos with my phone, and as one does when you get an interest in photography, you also very quickly get an interest in videography and film and cinema and the beauty that is moving pictures. So I wanted to make video, and the only platform I knew of at the time was YouTube. So I got an interest in YouTube, and then I started looking up channels and how to make channels and how to make content. But I was very shy at the time, so I never really felt comfortable in front of the camera, so I'd make like 4 minute long edits that are just B-roll and you just watch me doing things. Like this one video my friend reminded me of was of me just telling the camera, hey guys, I'm gonna go skate now, but I need to study first. And then I left in like a 30-second long clip of me just studying and taking notes because I didn't know how to make film. So that interest sort of faded away, but the photography stuck around. And my interest in photography, whoa, I'm speaking, eh? Damn. But yeah, so my interest in photography then led me into an interest in fashion photography, which invertedly made me interested in fashion. So there I was. Now I started at gaming and I moved on to photography, and now I have an interest in fashion, and now I want to make my own clothes because, you know, that's what every teenager wants to do. So I started my first brand, and it was called Herb Apparel because I was a rebel. And yeah, so Herb Apparel was created, and in order to make clothes you need to be able to design. So that started my interest in creating designs. And I also all my hobbies start on the phone nowadays, or like interests. So there I am now. I'm sitting on a phone and I downloaded a drawing app that would allow me to then trace over pictures that I drew in real life so I could create designs. So then I started creating the designs, and my girlfriend's mom, who is involved in clothing manufacturing and stuff, you know, for businesses like corporate wear. But yeah, so I got into contact with her and asked her if she could help me make clothes. So I did. So I started making clothing, and then I started designing more because, you know, you need to make designs to make clothes, and that sort of made me veer away from photography. Not a lot, just a bit. And yeah, so I was making clothes and designing designs for the clothes, and I wasn't doing too well. My designs were very subjective designs, like it was designs I liked, and I didn't really do a lot of market research on what my customers were interested in or what the actual fashion was at the time. Like, I was in this stage where I was like, individuality, man, you know, that's the shit. So yeah, so I don't know, is that the first time I saw? Damn fuck. Okay, well now it's open, now it's really unfiltered. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so I was designing more, and I tried to learn how to get more involved with my designing so my clothes could come out better. And yeah, so I started designing on Illustrator, and when I found out about Illustrator, it was like giving a kid, you know, the key to the candy kingdom, because previously I was a photographer, but you were limited by the like destination and ability and quality of your camera. And like videography, you'd have to be confident and good and understand film and stuff. And then you hop onto an application like Illustrator, and they say, with this application you can do anything you want to do. You can go in there and create. Okay, obviously within limitation, you know, I can't make a video in Illustrator and stuff, but like still imagery, that was like I could scale it to any size. I started making my own wallpapers. I started making my own my own profile pictures, and yeah, then design absolutely consumed me. And at this point now I'm about 18 years old, and I have an undying interest in my design and my photography and my clothing. And I didn't know exactly what I wanted to study, so I took a chill. And yeah, that year I didn't do much. The most I did was like photo shoots with like people. So that sort of kept my interest in photography alive, I guess. And the designing I was just doing because I enjoyed it. And closer to the end of the year, I came to the realization I do want to study, and I don't know what, because I have so many interests. I don't want to throw one away. and I got to doing some research, and I found out that UJ offered a really cool course called the Multimedia Design course. It's like a 3-year course. It's pretty dope. It's like I made a lot of friends there. But yeah, so then I designed, and I entered into this world of multimedia design, which opened my eyes to a lot of things I was doing wrong, and a lot of things I didn't even know about. And I was introduced to web design and creation of like websites and applications, and I was shown animation, which was something brand new to me, because I always thought, wow, if you want to be an animator, you need to have like a crazy good computer and stuff, and I didn't really think it through stop motion, frame by frame type stuff. Anyways, yeah, so now I had like this little base created from this my first year there, with an interest in web development and app design and animation, and I had all these new skills that I wanted to put to work. But I was tired of university, so I dropped out of university because I'm dumb. But I'm not dumb, because I need to feel good about myself. But yeah, so there I was. Now I was in 2020, and I wasn't doing much. Again, I'm not doing much. And I wanted to learn more about web design and web development, because of the COVID coming into play. I thought I saw an opportunity in which I could assist people in creating websites to sell products that were normally sold in brick and mortar stores online, and I thought I'm well suited for this role because I can do their designing, their development, their photography, anything they need, I'd be able to help them create it. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna jump into that, and the further I got with web development, the less I enjoyed it, which is kind of sad, because I'm sure you can make good money there. But yeah, so now I had like this base interest in coding and stuff, so yeah, now my thing's flashing. I don't know if that's gonna end soon. Let me run through this quick. Okay, so then the web development led to my interest in development, which led to my interest in game development, and with my interest in illustration and design and film and all the rest that you can go back and listen to, it sort of led to me creating myself in who I am today, and that is someone who's interested in creating film and design and developing games. So, Unfiltered Thought, episode 1 complete.